L is going to be Lyman and places like that. Maybe just Lyman. In the 7-10 matchup, a race that was really closer than it should have been. Probably a lot of Lyman trolls out there. But anyway.
225 north to 70 airport, Aurora, Lyman. Lyman. Why would you put Lyman on the sign when you already have 3 other control destinations, either one of which? 270, fine. Airport, fine. Aurora, fine. They all make sense. Why throw in Lyman? 70, Lyman, Grand Junction. We're not going to talk about Lyman yet. Bloomfield, Lyman. Not going to talk about Lyman. And we meet 270, and we get another one of these ridiculous 270 East, Aurora, Lyman, and Airport. Why do you need 3? Just the airport's fine. Just Aurora. Aurora is one of Denver's biggest suburbs, so just Aurora is fine on a 3-digit interstate. Why throw in Lyman? No use. There's nothing in Lyman. 70, Lyman, Grand Junction. I think I'm going to say it. We're still not going to talk about Lyman. We get 25, South Colorado Springs, which is the correct choice. Going south out of Denver, Colorado Springs is the biggest city you're going to pass for some time. E470 North Toll, Lyman. Do you think there's ever been a car ever who's driven south on 25 through downtown Denver, then gotten on the toll road to loop back around to 70, and then driven to Lyman? No, nobody, never. In Colorado Springs, we get 25 South Pueblo. Of course, Lyman. Lyman. We're not talking about Lyman until we get to 70, or until I make my video about the worst control cities ever, where Lyman will surely be number 1.
On I-70 itself, the next mileage sign we get is Lyman. Why? We don't get a pull through for I-70. Wonder where I-70 East goes here. No pull through. At 225, we get our first sign, 470 East, Lyman. Lyman. Why? Lyman. 2,000 people. Let's take a look at Lyman just for kicks. This is it. This is the whole thing, the 2,000 people of Lyman. It has no hospital, and we get 3 exits in Lyman, yet we don't have an intersection with the state highway that we meet, and the 2 easternmost exits seem actually pretty redundant. They're just with the same road, so really nothing about this makes any sense to me. And 270 East Lyman! Well, we're getting in here early, Colorado, so 270 Lyman, why not 270 East Aurora? Aurora has 400,000 people. It's okay to sign a 3-digit interstate for a suburb. It's alright. You don't have to go with Lyman. Nobody's going there. Oi! And now we get one of the stupidest interchanges of all time. E470 South Lyman. Nobody is taking I-76 southwest through Colorado in order to go down and pay a toll on 470 and then take 70 all the way back to Lyman. There's plenty of regular state highways that would connect you down to Lyman that would be faster without going out of your way here. Nobody's ever taking this. This is maybe the dumbest Lyman sign I've seen, which is saying something because they're all dumb, every one of them. This might be even worse. 25 South Denver, 270 Lyman Boulder. Nobody's going to go almost all the way into downtown Denver, take a 270-degree turn onto 270 in order to go, actually 315-degree turn, in order to go all the way back to 70 and then to Lyman. Why would anybody ever do that? Sign Aurora. And for 470 on the last one, just sign the airport. It's going to the airport. Why, Colorado? Why? However, on I-25, E470 will be signed for Lyman. So we have found a way to do worse than Thornton, Brighton, and Commerce City. We're going with the big L instead. And we're meeting I-70 for Aurora in Denver. And of course, East. Where else could East possibly be but the most important city in the world? We are going to be on North Toll E470. They're calling it North, even though we are still continuing to go East, because I think they're signing the whole thing North-South. The North Toll, Lyman. You know, Aurora doesn't have 300, 400,000 people. There's no airport. Yeah, Lyman, definitely the right place to sign. Idiots. And here we're going to be meeting I-70 east for... And on I-25, we get this tollway exit, Lyman and Broomfield. This sign makes no sense at all. Lyman and Broomfield. Lyman is your more far long-distance control city. So normally, if you have a long-distance control city, it's going to be like a big one. You're not going to have a suburb that has way more people than the stupid long-distance control city that they're naming here. Why not just the next two suburbs, or go with Aurora and Boulder? And here we go. This kind of was requested by Andy Weishar because the one he requested is one I'm not actually covering in this episode. So thank you so much for that request. And 70 East Lyman, also unsigned US 6. And in Sharon Springs, well, it begins when we meet K7. K7 signed for Tribune. We are signed for Lyman. Getting some nice early Lyman action. At least we weren't signed for Lyman coming off of I-70. We don't have any Kansas cities to sign left, I suppose, so we are signing Cheyenne Wells, Colorado 33, and Lyman, Colorado 130. 130 is a long way to sign Lyman. I mean, traffic heading that way is going to be going into Denver anyway, so maybe just sign Denver? We're here on northbound I-25, and we're getting north 225 to I-70, Aurora, and the airport, and of course, Lyman. Can't not throw Lyman on there. We knew that was happening. Southbound, we have kind of the more ridiculous Lyman because you're not going to be coming south on 25 to try and get all the way back out to I-70 anyway. So no need to mention the L word there. Aurora does make sense though because Aurora is pretty much very soon after you get onto 225. And we are now signed just north 225 for Lyman. Come on, we're not in Aurora yet. And we are going to be meeting at I-70 for the end. I-70 signed west for Denver, east, of course, for Lyman. Might want to put DIA as the main thing on there. They do have the little airport thing on there, but a whole lot more people are going out to the airport, the third or something busiest airport in the country, than are going to Lyman.
There is some big news regarding I-27. So it should be extending south to Laredo and extending north to Colorado, probably to Lyman. Hopefully they don't ever have Lyman as a control city on I-27.
Here's our next major interchange, and we're signed for 80 East Lyman. Lyman! It changed its spelling. It's after me. It's everywhere. It's the singularity. We can't get away from it. And I've never heard of Lyman, Wyoming. I had no idea there was such a thing. On the mileage signs too. We get rid of Rock Springs and it's exchanged for Lyman. I don't know if they say it the same way, but I don't care. I'm saying it. Lyman. Lyman! But they did make it a control city going westbound, so I got no beef with it. It's fine. Now we've got US 29 for Welford and Lyman! Lyman! Actually, I got no beef with this Lyman. It's not a control city at all, and it's not in any signs except for this particular one. This particular Lyman is about 3 times bigger than the famous Colorado one, and the strangest city limits of a town that I've ever seen. I wonder if anything else is in that area. Lyman! Oh no, Lyman! But it's not signed on the interstate, so I guess it's okay.
Colorado has a lot of bad signage decisions, but why is it number 8? Lyman, 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 Lyman!
Oh, wait. Huh? Oh, I missed a state? I forgot to have a state? Okay. Yeah, Colorado! Yeah, Colorado. What would their worst... Yeah. Yeah, Lyman. Lyman! 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 On every road! Why, Colorado? Why? All the Lyman! Kit Carson, Lyman, I suppose, once we're there, but we could just go with Denver also. Colorado Springs Airport first, then Lyman, then Kansas, then Lyman when we get the actual exit for Lyman. Not before that, but right there. So our champion, the most beautiful and the weirdest of interstates. My personal favorite interstate, Lawrence's interstate, Lyman's interstate, the one, the only, Interstate 70. All right. I guess we all knew this day would come. We're coming to Lyman. All right, I'm here in Lyman, and I'm gonna try and drive through. It's gonna be interesting. Colorado 39 in Kit Carson, they are getting Siebert, and we are getting Lyman. Colorado 94 actually cuts you over to Colorado Springs, which makes signing Lyman all the more useless, because that's the main point of Lyman, is it's the split between going to Colorado Springs or going to Denver. But if you wanted to go to Colorado Springs now, you'd be getting on Colorado 94, so why not sign straight ahead Denver? As we approach Lyman, we get to Hugo first. I just want to point this out because Lyman has no hospitals. This is the nearest one, and we're meeting I-70 at one of the two redundant interchanges here. We get no control city signs, just west and east 70. This sign up ahead looks like it was going to tell us a control city, but instead they're just telling us business district straight. And now we're getting a Lyman 1 Colorado Springs 75 because I think we have merged with US 24, but Colorado didn't tell us that. We're meeting I-70 again at the second redundant interchange. We are getting a sign for the way station if you get on westbound 70. Meeting Colorado 71 in downtown Lyman, and this was requested by Andrew DeVore because it's the best meme town on this channel. All right, thank you so much for that request. Here is where southbound Colorado 71 leaves, and it's signed for the Lyman Correctional Facility, because again, in Lyman, you got a prison, but no hospital. Good times. We do get another Colorado Springs and Denver sign, so that's a useful sign here. On the west edge of town, we're meeting US 24, so we're getting turn left for US 24 for Colorado Springs, 70 west and 287 north for Denver. This was requested by Olympian Product. He wanted to see the US 24 interchange here in Lyman, so it's not quite an interchange intersection more, but I hope this is what you were looking for, and thanks so much for that request. Once we turn on this road, we do immediately meet up with I-70. You can see right where I was by this road in my Lyman episode. This is right by that bar in the edge of town in Lyman. So again, no control cities. 70 east, 70 west is all we get. And before long, we get 24 east. Yep, you knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Lyman. Yeah. Should we be signing Lyman here? Well, at random interchanges along this, because 24 is something of a freeway, we are still getting Lyman signed there. So they're committed to it. Is that what we should be doing? Well, if we look at the 24 freeway coming off of I-25, it looks like it is the fastest way to the Colorado Springs Airport. Now, Colorado Springs Airport is far from a major hub, but I'm sure there is a whole lot more people going there than are going to Lyman. So why not sign 24 at this point for Colorado Springs Airport? On Powers Boulevard, heading north from the airport area, and we are turning off to stay on once again, and we're getting 24 East Lyman. And here's the first, guys. At this point, I think signing Lyman is just fine. There's nothing out there, and we are a U.S. highway, so it doesn't make sense to sign as far away as Kansas from here. Heading out of Colorado Springs, our mileage sign, we get Falcon, Calhan, and Lyman. And we can see the road between Colorado Springs and Lyman is pretty empty. I remember being on the bus from Boy Scouts doing that. That was the first time I was ever in Lyman. Wow, what an experience that was. We're meeting I-70 in Lyman, and we're getting 70 business to Colorado 71, Lyman Business District, but they're not mentioning the 3 U.S. highways here just yet. A little further down, we are getting the East 24, East 40, and South 287. We didn't get any signs for the other directions of those roads, which is another problem with Lyman. Not only is it annoying that they sign it so much, but within the city of it, they do such a bad job signing the roads that are there. And here we go, Lyman city limit. And we are also meeting Colorado 71. And this was requested by Olympian Product, our favorite control city. And he said for the last time, but then realized I'll be doing 287. And he said, unless I'm planning on doing Colorado 71. No, I'm not going to be doing Colorado 71. Thank you for that request. Right here is off of US 24, looking to the right, and this was requested by Andrew DeVore because South Down E Avenue down downtown Lyman is the town hall of his favorite town. So thank you for that request. We're getting some rare signage here in Lyman, East 24, East 40, and South 287, and we'll be here again soon when we cover 287. Here's a look at the mileage sign we see just beyond that. Hugo 15 miles away because that's where 40 and 287 are going. Burlington because that's where I-70 and US 24 are going. We meet I-70 for the second time and we get no control city, just as we always don't in Lyman. And we also get no mention of which way any US highway is going. Although it doesn't matter if you get on eastbound 70 or you go straight, because it's all the same because of these weird 2 interchanges. And here is the second pointless exit in Lyman. I still have no idea why there's 2 like this. This time around, again, we are getting no sign, even though the US highways are splitting up here. 40 and 287 are going straight, and 24 is joining 70. You'd think they'd tell us that, but they do not, of course, nor do they give us any control cities. Lyman. From the E470 perspective, we are getting I-70 West Denver and east. Well, you knew it was coming. You knew that's what we were going to get. And our first mileage sign after that, we're getting Manila Road 3 miles and Lyman 65 miles away. So 65 miles, not even that far. Here's our Lyman exit, and again, this is a big problem with Lyman in general. It's just how badly they sign within Lyman. We get Business 70 to US 24 and Colorado 71. No mention of the fact that 287 and US 40 also leave at this exit. Honestly, 40 and 287 should just stay on 70 through Lyman and get off at the last exit. Once we get off the ramp, though, we are getting 270, 224, and that we are on South 287 and East 40, so that's good to know. And I recently did a US 24 episode. You can check that out right over there. So we were here not too long ago. We meet US 24 and we are getting East 24, East 40, and South 287 turn left. We're also seeing Lyman Heritage Museum and Railroad Park turn left. So that could be cool. So I got off the road a little bit. Colin Boyle requested that I just show Lyman anywhere in that damn city. So I'm showing this here. And yeah, I mean, we have a lot of fun with Lyman in this channel, but again, my beef is not with the fine people of Lyman. I'm sure it's a perfectly nice town. I drove through it a couple of times, seemed okay. I got no beef with the city, I just have a beef with it being a control city everywhere in Colorado. This railroad park looks like a nice place to hang out, and thank you for that request. Olympian Product wanted to see the intersection with D Avenue because it's the fastest route to the Lyman public pool. And fun fact, Lyman isn't even the county seat of its own county, Hugo is. Hugo has the hospital, I suppose maybe that's why they do. Lyman's slightly bigger than Hugo, though I don't know why it wouldn't be the county seat. And thank you for that request. I'm going to continue my theme of trying to say nice things about Lyman this time around. This is the Southside Tavern, and it's got a 4.8 on Google for the food, so if I ever actually stop in Lyman and I'm not worried about getting murdered, and maybe rightfully so, this is probably where I'd want to go eat. A little further down, we get our sign for the airport, and this was requested by Andrew DeVore. He finds it funny that they have an airport but not a hospital, and he wants to know my take on Lyman flavored Sprite. That's the only flavor of Sprite so far as I know, so it's A-okay. Thank you for that request. Lyman Airport. It's weird how many tiny airports there are in the US. We're meeting I-70. This is the third intersection, the last junction, and we're just getting East and West 70, no control cities. No 40, no 287 mentioned. Just terrible, terrible job, Colorado. Terrible job.